Hello, this is Joanne Polo, and this will be my final project presentation on my personal philosophy on health. I will discuss a little bit about integrative medicine, and I guess that sort of sums up my idea, my overview on how I go about my health and wellness in general. I will discuss a little background as to how is it that I take care of myself and where I learn it from, and I will touch on what I mentioned, why I believe my approach is very close to what integrative medicine is. We'll include a little on community health. That's an important aspect, I think, in my community, and a general opinion on healthcare and what I would hope to see in the future. So, to start off with what healthy to me means is that I take it as a my body as a whole um, meets health standards set by modern medicine. But not only that, but as well as mental wellness and that we know how to manage stress. So not necessarily am I healthy if all my numbers are perfect with my doctor, but that I feel well in general and that my mind is well, as well as how I relate to others. And so, health overall is, I think, not just, my body physically to be all right and working, but it involves a lot more than that. And wellness for me in general, I believe, is achieved and maintained through a balanced lifestyle. It isn't just, I suppose, a style of taking care of yourself for some time until you feel better, get energy, and move on. But I believe you have to maintain that lifestyle and see those results that you hope for. It is a trial and error situation as I've lived through my time. Um, This picture basically sums up my outlook on what I would think keeps you healthy. Um, I think a combination of meditation for me, sleeping enough, eating properly, having some physical activity, and overall taking care of medical visits and checkups and making sure that I cover all my bases when it comes to health is very important. And I think prevention is what I consider is more important than treating the disease that may happen. I think if we take care of ourselves before anything happens, it helps us avoid a lot of issues with health. Um, as I mentioned, part of what is very important for me in terms of staying healthy and stress management, even for my own way of dealing with sometimes anxiety, is to have physical activity throughout my day, to work out. Um, right next to that is keeping a healthy weight, which is it's something I guess I've only been very aware of as of late, and it has helped me with a lot of issues that I used to have in the past. My diet is also something I have made many changes throughout my life, and I try to have as much balance as I can, um, and make changes over time to how I feel it helps my body stay active and work effectively and have energy throughout the day. I also include proper supplements and other herbs and natural products that have been proven to help with certain characteristics of, what we might consider some ailments or deficiencies. And yeah, I've changed over time what I use and what works for me. I think it has personally helped me. Lastly, is what I usually do when it comes to keeping my mind centered. I believe mental health is very important. Meditation has helped me with that. Not a lot of experience with it, but I have found that there's many resources that are available, and it has helped me with stress, anxiety, and also I have made use of therapy sessions when I have had trouble dealing with certain issues. Talking to someone, a professional, has helped. Where I don't think, activity or just talking to a friend might be enough. Um, with that, I think I've made a mention of some of the methods that would be considered in integrative medicine. I believe it combines a little bit of both, where I um, basically keep up with my doctors. I have a good relationship with my physicians. I do my annual checkups, my testing um, pretty on the spot when I have to do them. If I need to go to see the doctor, if it's, I guess, necessary, I seek medical attention. Um, but when it comes to prescriptions or medicine, I've been on the safe side of trying natural medicine first. I discussed these alternatives with my physician, so he's aware of that. Um, Before I might actually be set to take a prescription um, medicine. I have tried some herbal medicine that has helped in particular things, just like for the flu, headaches, and small ailments that we suffer. And I found that certain things work for me before I may go and take medicine for it. Um, I guess this is where I think personally I've been open to try different approaches. And some of the background information here is essentially a lot of things I saw at home is where I would say I've taken a lot of that philosophy, I guess, specifically my father's. He is a person that is very knowledgeable in the matter and has tried several methods over time. And I've discussed that with him, and I've probably taken um, a lot of his advice on what natural medicine to take and what to try out for me and see what works uh, to alleviate any pain or issues that I may have. Um, if I lack energy, what I can try, and if I have a cold, what I can do at home before um, having to resort to medicine. But I do have a lot of respect for doctors and modern medicine. Essentially, we need to combine in many occasions both, and I think to me that's a big part of what right now my personal philosophy on health is, with this inclination towards integrated medicine. Um, I think it's important to mention how both have helped me personally. Um, Quickly, I can bring up in this case what I would say contribute to me being aware of what my resources where I live are, is community health and the programs that I have been able to take advantage of where I live. I believe that their mission is very important. Um, so much information that they can provide you, and this is how I have found places where I can go for acupuncture if I need it for stress or migraines. During the pandemic, it was really important to know uh, where I can have my vaccine. It was without a doubt the past few years, my community health centers were places where I found a lot of information, even for members of my family. uh, and places just like my local gym where I would have found um, these classes that I'm taking, such as yoga and staying very physically active rather. So I think they're underestimated, um, and it's a great resource to have in all communities. Finally, I guess I would want to touch my general opinion on healthcare um, in the US, particularly. I do agree with the notion that it should be considered a human right. I'm definitely for um, thinking that all citizens, regardless of status and whatnot, should be able to get treated for any illness or condition that they may have, and even options to stay healthy, and those that want to practice prevention, which should be, um, I guess, made emphasis on rather than just treating conditions. Um, I think, yes, everybody should be covered and receive this proper care without having to go bankrupt or just not be able to afford it and sadly passing away from diseases that maybe could have been treated, just not able to cover them. Um, Also, I guess the point is very important that hopefully a healthcare provider should strive to have culturally competent staff. It's a change that it's coming, and I've noticed a lot more practices are aware of it, and I can only hope they can learn or integrate more methods and be supportive of their patients' backgrounds. Um, it's that's something I think I would love to see more of. Um, as far as I guess who might be responsible for health is it's a lot of responsibility, but it falls on a lot of shoulders. I think we start with taking care of ourselves, um, but there's many other people in not only government but medical practitioners and all the organizations that are supposed to look out for their citizens. It's important that they make the proper decisions on how healthcare professionals treat patients and make sure that they're healthy and they also are preventing, you know, diseases in general. Um, and that's essentially it. It's a very simple philosophy, but I think it has changed over time, and even the class has made me think about ethics in health and many more topics that perhaps are not discussed enough. Um, but that's essentially it essentially just leaves what works for me, having taken from family, what works for them, and prevention rather than intervention has been my motto, and I think I've learned a lot through class, and hopefully will apply in the future. Thank you.